Hey Shine, we are on to lesson 4 in our 48-hour Emerald training. And so far, I've just been enjoying seeing so many people really dig into this training, and I cannot wait to see the results from this training. So, this morning, I wanted to really talk to you about something that I focus on in my challenge groups, but it relates directly to coaching as well. And I just want to see like a show of hands who loves to sit down on the computer and invite 5 people to become a coach. Who just loves it? Like who wakes up in the morning and goes, "Oh, I cannot wait to sit down and invite people to become a coach." All right? If you are that person, I am just like I bow down to you unworthy, okay? The truth is that most of us, that's one of the activities of being a coach that is more just a business activity that we know needs to be done in order to grow. It's not something we necessarily enjoy, at least not in the beginning. So, what I want to show you today is a simple way that you can learn to actually love inviting people to become a coach. And it's just a simple mindset shift. And I'm going to show you how to do this by telling you how I share this with my challenge group. Okay, so we all know that the majority of people who start in our challenge groups are not people who love fitness. They don't love to eat. There's a reason why they need to lose weight, and it's called Doritos and pizza and TV, right? Couch potato. That's how it was with me, okay? Now, we also know that something that people love is feeling a lot of energy, having less bloating, flat stomach, muscle tone, feeling sexy in our clothes, right? That's a duh, it's a no-brainer. We know people love that. So how do we link the two together? And that's what I want to tell you how I help my challenge group do that. And I'm going to draw the parallel between challenge groups and coaching because they really are parallel. Okay, so I'm in first 2 weeks of my challenge group. This is the most crucial time in my challenge group because people are excited. They're starting something new. The jokes on the videos are funny because they haven't heard them 100 times. Shakeology is like amazing, right? So the first 2 weeks are the most crucial for me as a coach, helping my challenge group develop this love for exercising and eating clean. And when I receive a message from someone who says, "Oh my God, Mary, like I did it. I woke up this morning at 5 o'clock and I pushed myself and I worked out even though I really didn't want to. And I drank my Shakeology for breakfast and now it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I have so much energy and I feel amazing and I'm making better food choices because I exercise and it's top front in my brain and I just feel so great." Instead of saying like, "Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. I'm so happy for you." What I try to do is draw a parallel from that happy feeling to the activity that they did to get that happy feeling. Because the truth is that when we can link those in our mind and our brain understands that to feel happy, to feel energy, to have a flat stomach, to look sexy in my clothes, I need to work out, I need to exercise, I need to get up early and do and push myself when I don't want to. I need to eat clean and drink a lot of water. Okay? When we link those in our brains, we go from hating exercise or hating the activity and loving the result to loving the activity because it gives us the result. Does that make sense to everyone? I hope it makes sense. So what I do is I link them for people. I make that mental link when I'm talking to somebody in the group. Okay, so how does that apply to coaching? If inviting is something that you're not really fond of, maybe it's one of those drudgery chores that, part of the business that you don't really enjoy, what I want to ask you is when you sign up a new coach, how does that make you feel? When you sponsor a new coach and they're super pumped and they're excited and they're like, "Yeah, I want to work the business." And maybe in their first month, you help them, get set up and they sell a challenge pack and they make $50 extra. And, they've got 2 Success Club points. Maybe they sold a challenge pack and that caused you to have an extra team cycle because now you're an Emerald coach, right? So they sell a challenge pack, you get an extra $14 for something that you didn't do, extra team bonus. How does that make you feel? Huh? How does it feel when you hit Diamond Coach and you have 8 coaches under you and you've helped 2 people become a business leader by getting them to Emerald and helping them understand the business enough to where they can start building it? And now you're cycling and you're you're making $150 a month just on team bonus from what your coaches are doing underneath you. How does that feel? Okay. How does it feel when you are a 2-star diamond coach and you're able to quit your job, your full-time job, and come home and stay home with your kids, and you're building an organization and now you're bonusing, $1,000 a week? How does that feel? Amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. So, linking the result that you love with the action that it takes to get to the result, because we all know if I don't eat clean and I don't exercise, I'm not going to have a flat stomach. I'm not going to feel sexy. If I don't invite and share the business and be proof the products work and work on myself, I'm not going to build a successful business and have financial freedom and pay off my debt, right? Another parallel that I'd like to draw just before I end this call is for you parents. I know you'll understand this. And I'm not a parent, but I've known a lot of parents and I've been a child. Who likes to discipline their child? Who enjoys that? Maybe you wake up in the morning and you're like, I wonder what Bobby's going to do today that's bad so that I can punish him. No, nobody does that, right? If you do, please don't tell me because I don't want to know that about you. But nobody enjoys that. Nobody enjoys that. Instead, when little Bobby does something bad and you know you're going to have to discipline, your thought is, "Oh, Bobby, why are you making me be the bad guy, right? I don't want to be the bad guy." Now, why do parents push past that and discipline their child even though they don't want to? Because we know if we don't, we're going to have kids who are unruly, don't listen, grow up to be a kid who lives in the basement till he's 35, right? Nobody wants that. Whereas when we discipline, we end up with a child who's obedient, who listens, who becomes a productive member of society. Maybe a child who, when you're sitting at a table at a restaurant, the couple next to you compliments you on your child, how well behaved they are. That's what we want. That's why we discipline our child, because we know it's our responsibility to grow a productive member of society. So it's the same with our coaching. We're all here because we want to have a successful business. We're all here because we want to build this thing into something amazing, right? And I can tell you, and you know from common sense, the only way to do that is to have that activity. Learn to love that activity because the result's coming. And the result is something that is life-changing and absolutely amazing. So our goal for today and our action step is to create a list of 50 people, okay? 50 people that we are going to invite to the coaching opportunity. And of those 50, I want you to have a top 5 in play. All right, so a top 5 means this is somebody that you could invite right now and it would not be weird, meaning you have a relationship with them, you've had a conversation within the last 2 to 3 weeks, you know them, they know you, okay? And preferably somebody who you think would benefit in some way, either through building a business and growing an income, or through fitness, helping them stay accountable to their own fitness, or maybe it's somebody who loves fitness already and they're just it's a natural progression for them to become a coach. I don't want you to do anything with this yet. I just want you to get the list. Tonight, you're going to understand why I'm having you have a top 5, okay? This whole group is implementation. Implementation, I talked about that yesterday. Without implementation, it's just knowledge. Without Without implementation, it's just head knowledge and it gets us nowhere. Okay, implementation is key. And so we're really going to focus on that. And I want you all to know that, the principles that we're talking about in this group, if you internalize this and you work it, girl, you're going to go amazing places. All right. This is for people who want this. If you want this, you will do this because it's the only way. Okay. And so let's learn to love what we hate, build that list. And then I want you to comment below and tell me one thing about coaching that you are afraid of or you don't enjoy. And let's talk about how we can learn to love that. All right.